We will proceed.
Proceed? Okay. I'm grateful. So, Mr. Touray, I was asking you when the lights went off, to confirm, in 2018 and 2019, you were in Kerewan, right?
Yes.
Okay. And at that time, did you have any other businesses?
No.
You were telling us about a tractor.
Yes.
Okay. What about that tractor?
I was having it and I sold it out.
When did you sell it?
In 2022.
You sold it in 2022?
Yes.
Okay, and before you sold it, how was the tractor generating income for you?
I took it to my hometown.
Where's your hometown?
Janyambure.
Okay. How was it generating income for you in your hometown?
I do collect some sand and gravel.
Pardon?
They do hire it to collect sand and gravel.
Okay. Did you have a driver that you hired?
Yeah, I gave it to one of the boys. I gave it to one of the boys in Janyambure.
Which of the boys?
Suleiman Keta.
Suleiman Keita? Are you related to him?
Yes, we are all in the same town.
Are you related to him?
Not
whether you're from the same town.
Not actually.
Okay. Did you pay him a salary?
Yes, I do pay him commission.
How much?
It depends on how much he collects.
How much does he collect? Oh, how much did he collect in a month?
Actually, in a month, it depends on the number of contracts he has.
So give me a good month and a bad month.
At most, he do collect 5,000, about 5,000.
A month?
Yes.
Okay. That's the most?
Yes.
And the least?
No, the least is 5,000.
You said at most he collects 5,000.
Yeah.
So that means that's the most he can collect.
At least that's the minimum I term it to be. It's the minimum.
So what is the maximum?
Actually, the maximum I cannot recall. You do collect up to 15,000, 20,000.
So he's collected up to 20,000.
Exactly.
So what's his commission? Is it a percentage?
There is no percentage that we have agreed.
So you just give him whatever you feel like giving him?
Exactly.
Okay, so when he collects 5,000, how much is an amount that you would give him?
At times I give him 2,000, at times 1,500.
And when he collects 20,000?
Yeah, it depends. At times I give him 5,000. It depends anyway.
And how do you receive these monies?
Yeah, whenever I go on weekend, I do receive it from him.
Whenever?
I go to my hometown on weekend. When I go on weekends, I do receive it because usually I go almost every month,
okay.
End of month.
So he gives it to you in cash?
Yes.
Now, how long were you operating this business?
It's about 3 years.
So from 2019 to 2022?
It's about that.
So how did you get the tractor?
It was an auction.
Okay. From where?
I think it's from the Dockyard Association.
Dockyard what?
Association.
Where is that?
Anyway, the tractor was at the terminal, at the GPA.
Okay.
That's where we picked it.
And when you purchased it, it was in good condition?
No.
Okay, what was wrong with it?
Actually, there were some parts missing. I had to take a fitter there just to manage it, to put it on. Then when we crossed back, that was the time we were able to get those parts to fix it.
And how much did you buy it for?
I cannot actually remember, but it was about 80,000. About 80,000.
Okay. So the only business you had was this tractor business?
Yes.
Okay. And then you had the property in SL that you're renting?
Yes.
So you said you didn't have any tenancy agreements for the first tenants?
No.
Did you have any for the subsequent tenants?
No, I cannot remember.
You cannot remember whether you have tenancy agreements with any of your tenants?
No. For the second one, because the first guys who were there, they spent about, it was even less than 1 year.
Okay.
They left.
So that's 2019, 2020?
Yes.
Okay. From 2020?
From 2020, I gave it out to some people who are presently there for the past 2-3 years.
So you don't have a tenancy agreement with them?
Actually, no.
Okay. Do you pay rental income tax?
No.
Why?
I was not paying it.
You were what?
I was not paying it.
Yes, you said you don't pay. So I'm
Yeah.
asking why do you not pay?
Actually, I didn't pay.
I know. That's why I'm asking you why.
I can just say I didn't pay.
Okay. Do you pay tax, income tax? Do you declare the income that you receive from the tractor to pay income tax on it?
No.
Is your rental property registered anywhere?
No.
Okay. So you've been doing business and collecting monies and not paying tax?
Yes.
Okay. Now, there was a complaint, or there were several complaints that were made against you by the council, right? Mansakonko Area Council?
Complaints like?
Were there complaints made against you by Mansakonko Area Council?
I cannot remember unless you remind me one.
So, from your answer, I take it that you are not aware of any complaints.
Actually, when you say complaints, is it a petition written against me?
Any type of complaints, Mr. Touray. So we
I-
start from, are you aware whether there were complaints made against you, and then we move to specifics.
I can remember petitions written against me.
Okay.
Yes.
To whom?
Pardon?
To whom? Whom were the petitions written to?
To me.
They were written to you.
Yes.
Okay. About what? Take to the first one that you recall.
The council wrote a resolution
Okay.
to the ministry.
Okay. About what? Saying what?
That I should be redeployed from the council.
When was that?
I think it was around 2022. I cannot remember anywhere unless I look at the records.
2020, around 2022.
Yeah.
Now, before that, when you just started at the council in 2021, you went on leave, right?
Yes.
And you did not seek prior approval before you went on leave. Is that correct?
That I didn't get approval before going on leave.
Before going on leave.
Yes,
It's correct.
yes.
And why was that?
Actually, I wrote the letter, but then chairman was not in the office.
You wrote the letter on the day that your leave was supposed to start.
I cannot remember whether it was that very day.
Let me show you. So, where was the chairman when you were proceeding on leave?
He traveled, he was not in the office anyway.
Did you have his email address?
Pardon?
Did you have his email address?
Yes.
Did you think to email him?
Actually, I cannot remember.
You can't remember whether you emailed him.
No.
Did you have his phone number?
Yes.
Did you think to call him?
I think I informed him that I'm going on leave.
You informed him that you're going on leave?
Yes.
Okay. And what did he say when you informed him?
Actually, I cannot remember what he said because he cannot stop me from going on leave. I cannot remember what he said.
Okay.
But I informed him that I was going on leave.
Now, when you informed him that you were going on leave, did you prepare to hand over to anybody?
No, I cannot remember.
Why was that? How can you not remember whether you handed over to anybody when you were going on leave?
Anyway, I cannot remember that I handed over to anybody. But during
But
my
you kn-
but,
sorry.
but during my leave too, I was also working.
During your what?
During my leave, I think that was the time when I was doing my exams. I don't know.
You were working.
Yes.
Okay. What work were you doing?
Actually, I was communicating with them,
With who?
with the line departments heads, the
To which
director,
department?
the director of finance,
Director of Finance.
the admin officer. I was communicating with them.
Let me read you a letter that was written in August 2021. Chair, this is from the exhibit LGC 19, I believe. So the letter was written to the Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Lands, and it was by Landing Bisane, the chairman. So it's very long. I'll just read some portions of it. So it says that the Chief Executive Officer forcefully proceeded on his annual leave without any prior notice. That is, he called the chairman on the morning of the Monday, 5th July 2021, that he has already started his annual leave effective that very day, and that his secretary will submit both his request for leave and an approval letter he himself wrote for the chairman to sign. This is the worst level of arrogance and indiscipline expected of a top administrator. To avoid unnecessary conflict and confrontations, the chairman approved his leave as requested. Was that what happened?
It was approved by the chairman.
Was what I just read happened? Did you call the chairman on the morning of Monday, 5th July 2021 to tell him that you've already started your leave?
I called him, but I cannot remember the actual date that I called. But I called him to inform him about my going on leave. That
And your leave letter, you wrote the leave letter and also a draft approval for the chairman to sign.
Who wrote the draft approval? Me?
The letter says that you said that his secretary will submit both his request for leave and an approval letter he himself wrote for the chairman to sign.
And did he sign it?
Mr. Touray, I asked the questions, you answered the questions. So is that what happened?
I cannot remember where I signed a draft.
Nobody said you signed. They said you wrote. Did you write it?
Yes, I wrote my letter, leave letter.
You wrote your leave letter?
Yes.
And did you write a draft one for approval for the chairman to sign?
I cannot remember.
Okay. So it goes on to say that handing over. As a matter of procedure, the chairman instructed the chief executive officer in his leave approval letter to effect handing over accordingly. the Chief Executive Officer categorically refused to do so, thereby exposing the Council to the unwarranted challenges listed below. Delay in effecting financial transactions, particularly UNCDF project implementation. Delay in official decisions and relevant actions. Undue expenditure and waste of time to travel to Combo for the signature of the Chief Executive Officer. Did that happen?
Yeah, actually, they were bringing some checks for me to sign.
Whilst you were in Combo?
Yes, with all supporting documents.
Why would the council have to drive from Mansakonko to Combo for you to sign checks?
Yeah, actually, yeah, that's how we did it anyway.
That's how you did it?
Yes.
Why?
Yeah, I thought that I didn't go out of the country. I was in the country, and the checks that he was talking about, we have 3 signatories of that checks. Not actually me signing UNCDF checks. The Director of Finance is a signatory to those checks, and myself, and the chairperson of the board. We are the 3 signatories. So whenever I'm not there, it's the Director of Finance who used to sign those checks.
How long have you been CEO for?
I think since 2013.
Since 2013, you've been CEO?
Yes.
So 10 years, at least.
Mm-hmm.
So you're aware of the Local Government Act, you know about the Local Government Finance and Audit Act, you know about the Financial and Accounting Manual. You know all these books, right?
Yes.
And you know that in your absence, you need to hand over so that somebody else will be a signatory to the account during your absence.
Yes.
Okay, so why didn't you do this?
Actually, it was not done.
It was what?
It was not done because
No, I know it wasn't done. So I want to know why, what the reason was for you deliberately refusing to hand over to somebody else during your leave that you took by yourself.
Actually, looking at the office there, I believe the transactions were not that too much, and I do go there, and at times they do come because the Director of Finance always comes on weekend, and we do communicate at times. If at all is signing of certain documents, he do call me. The Director of Finance.
The council is an entity on its own, right?
Yes.
It's not your private business.
Yes.
Right? So you don't get to determine when or how they should sign their checks or whether the amounts are minimal or not. You know that you need to leave somebody to do that job whilst you're absent. And your leave application was for a month.
Yes.
So you determined by yourself that it was okay to leave your work for a month and not leave anybody to be able to sign checks in your absence. Why is that?
Anyway, it was done anyway. I should have handed over, I didn't hand over. I agree on that.
And the chairman wrote to you to ask that you hand over, right?
Yes, yes.
Did you do that?
Yeah, that I cannot remember.
You cannot remember handing over to anybody?
No, I cannot remember.
Now, in your absence, who is supposed to be the third signatory?
The third signatory should be the Director of Admit, and we don't have any Director of Admit.
Okay. Did you speak to anybody about who could be a possible third, signatory in your absence?
Anyway, no. But I know the Director of Admit should be a signatory in the absence of the CEO.
Okay.
But not any other person.
Okay. So, did you seek approval to leave your post for a month and not have anybody to replace you as a signatory during that period?
No.
So one of the other complaints was absence from work without permission. It says the chief executive officer was due to resume work on the 9th of August 2021 from his annual leave, but up to 20th August 2021, he did not resume. The chairman attempted to call him to inquire on what was wrong that he did not report back to work after his leave expired. His reply to the chairman was whether the chairman did not see the letter he, the CEO, wrote to the permanent secretary. He, CEO Touray, said as follows: I have written to my PS, I will not risk my life in public vehicles anymore. This is connected to his earlier occasional assertions that he will not resume work if he is not provided an official vehicle. Such action of arrogance are not acceptable anywhere in the public service and the codes of conduct. Surprisingly, the entire Ministry of Lands and Regional Government, including CEO Touray as a senior manager, know the efforts being pursued by his own chairman, also Galga president, and the Ministry of Lands in providing new vehicles for the local government authorities. So is it right that you did not resume until the 20th of August 2021?
Actually,
No, when did you actually resume?
I cannot remember the date, but it was about a week.
It was about a week after what? That letter was written?
No, after my leave was finished.
Okay.
Yes.
And the second point, that you had said that you would not return to work unless you were provided with a vehicle. Is that true?
Actually, he can't say it in that way. It was never true for me to say it in that way direct, because what happened, it was during the time of COVID. I was traveling, and I told them that they should buy a car for the CEO. He was having his official car. But because of that, it seems to me he's not that much interested for the CEO to have a car. So
you're talking about 2021?
Yes.
Okay, did you have a personal car, a private car?
Yes, I have a private car.
Were you using it?
It was at the latter part. Up to now, that's the one I'm using, because there is no car with the CEO there still.
Yes, but were you using your private car?
At the latter part, I started using it.
What is the latter part?
It was after being there for 1 year. That was the time I started using my private car.
So that's the end of 2021?
Exactly.
But you were in, according to you, you were in Mansakonko from Monday to Wednesday, and from Thursday to Sunday, you were in Combo.
Yes.
So how were you moving?
I was traveling by the commercial vehicles.
Okay.
At times the bus, at times the sprinter vehicles. That's what I used to do.
So if you were traveling by commercial vehicles for your classes, which was beneficial to you, why wouldn't you do it for work?
Come again?
If you were traveling by commercial vehicles for your class, which is beneficial to you, because you're going to classes, right, from Thursday to Saturday.
Yes.
Why are you complaining about doing it for your work?
Yeah, because I should be provided with a vehicle.
Yes. And you're aware that they were making efforts to get vehicles?
Actually, the effort that he was talking about was to his own interest, I can say. Because the vehicles that they were talking about was for the CEOs and their chairpersons.
Well, for the CEOs and the
chairpersons, yes.
Were you not CEO?
Yes.
So what's the point that you're making?
What I'm talking of, the time Counsel was having money to buy a vehicle, he was not interested for Counsel to buy a vehicle at that time. So up to the time, this was not even Galga for Mansakonko Area Council alone, but it was across all councils. All regional councils requested for vehicles. So it was not only for Mansakonko Area Council that the effort was for.
Yes, he said for all the local government authorities.
Yes.
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 So you understood that they were trying to get vehicles?
Yes, I was even part of it.
Okay.
But I'm also part of the Galga.
Okay.
I'm a member there.
Now, did you try to get an alternative solution from the ministry or from the council instead of saying that you're not going to come to work because you don't have a vehicle?
Actually, there was no other alternative apart from paying fares to be going and coming.
Okay. So when you wrote to the ministry to complain about that, what did they say?
They didn't respond anyway. I didn't receive any response from them.
So if you felt that you were working at a place where you didn't get, what it is you felt that you needed to work, why didn't you leave?
Actually, I was just managing visits.
You were saying that you're going to stay home, you're not going to work because you don't have a car.
Yeah, I said that, but I was coming to work upon all that I was coming to work.
No.
It was just a complaint.
Mr. Touray.
Yes.
Mr. Dilba testified before this commission.
Okay.
And he talked about the vehicles that was to be purchased for and on behalf of the CEO and the chairman. Is that correct?
Yes.
So, and you as the CEO, you were aware of the process that was being done, right?
Yes.
So do you think it is correct for you to have spoken to the permanent secretary and say that you will not report to work because you do not have a car? Was it correct?
Actually,
No, I'm asking you, answer the question first.
It is not correct for me to tell him that I'm not going to work.
You answer the question and then explain, we will take that,
Yeah.
yes?
It is not correct for me to tell him that I'm not going to work.
Okay.
But I think I talked about my challenges, not actually writing to the permanent secretary, telling him that I'm not going to work if I didn't have a vehicle.
Okay.
I wrote to the permanent secretary, put my challenges there. But not actually, I don't think there is any letter where I wrote to say to the permanent secretary that I'm not going to work if I didn't have a vehicle.
Now, in which of your regulations provided the provision of a vehicle to you mandatorily?
To the chief executive officer.
Yes.
Anyway, I think all council staff should be given
No, I want you to refer me to the law or the regulation that mandatorily said you should be provided for with a vehicle, which the council knew and refused. Because you are helping us understand why there were so many lapses in the executions of your duties.
Looking at it, I should be given a conducive environment.
No, is there any law that says so, the regulation, the law, where it is stated that you should be provided for with a vehicle?
Not actually with a vehicle.
Huh?
Not actually with a vehicle.
So there is no law or regulation.
Yes.
For the council, by the council to indicate that you must be provided with a vehicle.
Yeah, actually, unless I go back and look at it thoroughly.
Note it.
Yes.
So that you check.
Exactly.
We have checked.
Okay.
But there is nothing in the financial manual. We stand to be corrected, or the Local Government Act, or the Finance and Audit Act, that says the CEO and the chairman mandatorily should be provided for with a car. I haven't seen it.
Yeah, not
I
actually.
stand to be schooled and directed if there is any.
No, there is
none.
There is none to say this
So
should be provided.
would I be correct that it is a privilege that is extended to the chairman and to the CEO to have a car?
I agree.
You agree?
Yes.
So it would have been wrong for you to make that assertion. Is that correct?
Yeah, actually, if at all
No, answer the question for it would have been wrong for you to have made that assertion. That if you don't have a car, you will not go to work.
Yeah, that was what the chairman stated.
No, that is what answer the question first. It would have been wrong for you to make the assertion.
Yeah, if
Since it is not a right, it is a privilege.
Yeah, if at all that's what I said is wrong.
Okay. Thank you. And let me just ask you before I hand you over to the council. Who is Binta Kasama? Binta Kasama. Who is Binta Kasama?
Binta Kasama.
Yes.
She was a staff. No more working again.
When last did he work for the council?
I cannot remember.
Please note and let us have the information.
I think before.
Binta Kasama. Now, who is Seh Boyo Sambo?
Sebo Sambu is an electrician in Soma. He's an electrician in Soma.
Okay. So, what business does he do with you?
Actually, there is no business that he used to do with me.
Yeah.
He is a friend to me. And whenever we have work, at any time, we do call him to go and do the work.
So, it will be correct to say that Mr. Sambu paid you a kickback of 20,000 when you gave him a contract, and this was paid to your account on the 30th of June 2022. Is that correct?
No.
So explain to us why Mr. Sambu deposited the 20,000 in your account on the 30th of June 2022.
We were having series of problems at the conference center, and he was advising us to fix the problem. So I think it was during the weekend when I was here. When I was here, I received a call that there is no electricity at the center very late at night, and he was called to go and fix it. But he was advising us that there are somewhere that we need to change, and we are having only one phase, so all the load of the entire center was only on one phase. So he advised me that we should have different phases. So with that, he separated the center from the accommodation room, the hall and the accommodation room. At that point in time, he told me that he doesn't have any money. I told him, now let me give you this money, go and buy material so that you can fix that problem. Because justice used to be there and we used to have this problem. Then
so if I can get you correct, you loaned him to do the contract for the council, and that is the money he repaid you?
Yes, and when the contract is given to him, then he can pay me back my money.
And is it also correct that you facilitated for him to be getting the contracts in the council?
Actually, for him, I think he's the only guy who used to work on that place. So it can be single source to him.
Because he is your friend?
Not actually. I found him there.
But you said he is your friend?
Yes, I found him working with Counsel. So he gave me that due respect. Anytime when I call him to say come at any time, he used to come and work for us. So that's the reason why I say he's a friend.
So you were in Combo and they had this problem. How did you get the 20,000 across to him, to Mr. Boyo Sambo,
no, actually,
to do the work?
When I went there, that was the time I gave him the money.
Now, Seedy Sane is your boss, right?
No.
Who is this Seedy Sane? Do you know one Seedy Sane?
Yes, I know him at the Mansakonko area council.
Yes. What does he work?
He is an accounting assistant.
Accounting assistant.
Yes.
He also deposits money into your account.
Yes.
So, how much did you give him to deposit? And where was that money coming from?
Actually, I cannot remember.
You cannot remember?
Yes, but...
Okay, I can make you recall. You gave him 30,000 to deposit for you. Do you recall that? He deposited for you?
Yes.
30,000?
Yes.
Where was that money coming from?
It's from
and
me.
Tell us which month and year.
Actually, I cannot remember the month and the year. But I can remember I gave him money for him to deposit it for me in my account.
So he is also an accounts assistant?
Yes.
Under you?
Yes.
And he also deposits in your account?
No, he's not. He is not a revenue collector per se.
That is what I'm saying. I said he is an. Is he a receiving officer?
Yes.
He is a receiving officer.
When I was there.
So collectors pay to him money supposedly to be deposited in Council's account, right?
Exactly.
And this is the person that will also deposit in your account.
Exactly.
Thank you. Counsel, you may proceed.
Thank you. Now, Mr. Touray, so Sheikh Boyo Sambu, when he was giving his evidence before, he never indicated that he had any financial issues. In fact, he said that he was doing really well, business was doing really well. And he did not say, when asked about this transaction, he did not say that you lent him any money.
Anyway, I can fully remember that it was because of the problem at the center that was the reason why that money was given to him.
And how did you give him the money?
I gave it to him physically. I gave him physical cash.
You gave him physical cash?
Yes.
Where did you meet him?
Actually, he used to come to the area council there.
No, you said you weren't there.
No, I said usually he used to call me whenever there is a problem. The center manager have to call me. Then I call him to go and fix the problem.
Yeah, so I'm asking about the, you said he needed you to lend him money.
Yeah, this was when I was in Soma.
When you were in Soma?
Yes.
Okay, now, did you have the cash?
Where I have the cash.
Was it cash that you gave him?
Yeah, it was cash.
So you just had 20,000 lying around?
Yes.
You usually have 20,000 lying around?
Yes, I do have money with me.
Okay. And where's the money from? Where's the money from?
Actually, I cannot just tell you, but it's my money.
Okay. Now, your salary at that time, was it up to 20,000?
Yes.
How much?
My net takeaway is
This was
about
2022, right? Yeah, it was June 2022, I believe. Yes, tell me.
Yes, it was over 20,000.
Sorry, let me just get the statement and get the exact amount. Okay. Yes, I have it. Thank you. So, okay, in June 2022, it had gone up to 30. So you changed your salary account from Trust Bank to Guarantee Trust Bank, right?
Yes.
Any particular reason?
Yes.
Okay, what reason?
I went in for a loan at Trust Bank. They denied to give me that loan.
Okay, so that's why you moved your salary account to GT Bank.
Exactly.
Okay, and you were able to get the loan from GT Bank.
Yes.
Okay. Now you have deposits being made across all your accounts. Also, you have an Access Bank account, right?
No.
You don't have an Access Bank account?
No.
Okay. So you have deposits right across all your accounts. You have a Trust Bank savings, you have a Trust Bank current, right?
Yes.
And then you have the GT Bank.
Yes.
Now the same people that deposit in each account, in one account, are the same people that deposit in your other account.
Okay.
Why separate them?
Actually, it's just my feeling. Any account that I want them to pay in for me, they pay there.
Okay, so where do you get these monies that you're giving these people to deposit?
Actually, I do used to get money.
You who?
I get money.
Yes, where do you get money?
Yeah, at times I do get money when I come here from my business.
I asked you about your businesses,
yeah,
so which business do you get this money from?
Yeah, at times I sell some of my articles that I told you, like those compounds I told you.
You sold 2 compounds?
Yes.
Okay, how much did you sell them for?
I sold the one in Kerawan because it is one plot. I divided into 2, and it was sold at 100,000 each.
Okay, so that's 200,000.
Yeah, exactly. And the one in Farafenye too,
okay.
I sold it for 100,000.
So 300,000.
Yes.
You did not deposit 300,000 from 2018 to 2023 in little batches.
Yeah.
So which other business?
Actually, my brother also, whenever there is sales, I do bring the money.
Where do you get the money from?
From the people that used to sell some of his goods.
So
and so on.
who are those people? Where are those people?
That Oman Jai was part of it.
He did one transaction.
Yes.
10,000.
Oman Jai, yes, he was
Okay.
part of it.
Who else?
I cannot remember all of them, but I do take money and come and deposit it into the accounts.
Okay, so I'm going to just run through some of the deposits that have gone into your account here. So for Trust Bank, you have Suleiman Danfa depositing 40,000, 9th June 2018. Omar Sonko, 23rd August 2018, $91,000. What was that for?
For who?
Pardon?
You said Suleiman?
Omar Sonko deposited 91,000 on the 23rd of August 2018 to your
Yes.
Trust Bank account.
Yes.
What was that for? What business did that one come from?
The money comes from my brother's materials that he sent.
Okay, so where did
And-
you sell those materials, or where were those materials sold?
I sold them here.
In Kombo.
Yes, in
So why
Congo.
would you go all the way to Mansakonko to deposit that money and not deposit it in Kombo where there are many banks?
Yeah, usually when it is given to me, it is usually on Saturdays.
And you're in Kombo on Saturdays?
Yeah, on Saturdays, usually the time I used to receive it is at times late, banks do close. So I have to travel with it. Whenever I'm crossing, I can give it to any of my staff there for them to deposit it for me in Bara.
But you said that you give your friends here in Kombo to deposit monies for you into your bank account, so why didn't you give those ones?
The one I gave him, that was during working hours. I gave it to him for him to deposit it. But after working hours, I believe keeping the money with me, when I cross, I give it to somebody, than leaving it here to give it to him for him to deposit it. So whenever I'm crossing, I just take it along.
So you rather travel with $91,000 from Kombo to Soma?
Exactly.
Okay, do you have people in your house in Baka?
Pardon?
Who lives with you?
I'm living alone.
Okay, you don't have a wife?
My wife is in Janyambure.
Okay, you don't have kids?
Yeah, my kids are here. Two is here. One is in Janyambure.
Two are here, one is in Janjambur.
Yes.
You don't have siblings? No brother, no sister?
Yes.
Where do they live?
My younger sister is in America.
You're who?
My younger sister, who is next to me.
Here, I'm asking about here. Do you have any siblings here?
Yes.
Where?
In Wulinkama.
Okay.
Yes.
So you would rather leave all your family members, your kids, your friends here and travel with a lot of money to Soma to go and deposit into your account?
Yes.
I see. And 23rd August 2018 was on a Thursday,
Yes.
not a Saturday.
Yes.
So how did you get the money?
Actually, I cannot remember how I get the money, because at times I do get money in North Bank itself.
In what?
In North Bank itself, I do get money there. Because
You said this money, we're talking about this 91,000.
Yes.
You said you would have gotten it from here.
Yes.
And you moved from here, Kombo, to Mansakonko to go and deposit it there.
Yes.
So now we've established that the 23rd of August 2018 was a Thursday.
Yes.
So it means that you had just come here. It wasn't a Saturday.
Yes.
It wasn't close of business.
Yes.
So you had Thursday, you had Friday,
Mhm.
you had Saturday to
Yeah.
deposit.
Yes.
But you chose not to, and you went all the way to Soma to deposit.
Yes.
Does that make sense to you?
Actually, it makes sense to me. As far as it is my money, I can save it. I can save it. As I told you, I can even have money in, because I told you I sold those lands in Kerawan.
Yes,
So
but you're
automatically
supposed to
I
give
can-
us the dates of when you sold those lands so that we can establish around your bank
Yeah,
statements.
exactly. I'll give you the information.
So on the 6th of September 2018, Banyek Sonko paid 13,000 to your account.
Yes.
9th October 2018, Sajo Demba paid 45,000 into your account.
Yes.
Who's Sajo Demba?
Sajo is a soldier.
Is a what?
He's a soldier.
He's a soldier. Okay, so why is the soldier paying money into your account?
Yeah, because I gave him some items for him to sell them for me.
Okay, so you have the soldier selling as well?
Yeah, he's my friend.
Okay.
He's my friend. And when he sold them, I advised him to pay it into my account.
12th October 2018, Banyek Sonko, $40,000. 19th October 2018, Banyek Sonko, $12,000. What were those payments for?
I cannot remember what those payments are for, but they were my money. I gave them for him to deposit it for me.
Those were Fridays.
Yes,
You would be in Combo on Fridays.
yes.
So how did you give him to deposit for you?
Actually, as I told you, at times I do have money even in North Bank. Not actually, I don't have money in North Bank.
No, Mr. Touray. You say you give him the money.
Yes.
That means you physically give him the money.
Yes,
Not that the money was in North Bank or wherever it is that the money was.
yes.
How did you give him that money?
No, I give it to him physical cash.
He was in Combo?
No.
If you're in Combo, how did you give him physical cash?
On Fridays, that's the day I used to leave from Combo, from Kerawan, I cross.
You cross on Fridays.
Yes.
So you gave him the money Friday what? When do you cross?
Actually, I cross before, at times I do close office by 12:30.
So you couldn't go to the bank yourself.
Actually, there is no bank in Kerawan.
So which bank does he go to pay it in?
It's usually Trust Bank in Bara.
The route that you're taking to come?
Yeah, because I do cross, so automatically the crossing is very challenging. So I may not even have the time to go to the bank. So the only
Even though
time,
you're crossing into Banjul,
Yes.
where there's several banks.
pardon?
I say even though you're crossing into Banjul, where there's several banks.
Yes. I know before I cross, banks will close. So usually I just give it to him there. He can just deposit it before banks close. Because the moment I'm at the terminal, it may take me 1 or 2 hours before I cross to Banjul.
12 November 2018, Omar Sonko deposits 17,000 in your account. 7th December 2018, same Omar Sonko, 40,000 in your account. Same 12th December, 12 December 2018, Omar Sonko deposits 10,000 into your account. What are these for?
Actually, I know they are all my money that I give to them.
You know what?
They are my money. I do give them my money for them to deposit it for me into my account.
They're your money from where?
From the businesses I have here.
I hope you note that all these monies that are from your businesses that you're not paying tax for, GRA is waiting for you somewhere.
Yes, no problem, ma.
Okay. Who's Nyakasi Gasama?
He's a friend.
And what's your business relationship?
Actually, he's a friend of mine, and at times I do send him.
At times you send him.
Yeah, because I can remember I once sent him to one of my friends to pick an amount there,
To pick what?
money from him.
You sent Nyakasi to another friend to pick money from you.
Yes.
Is there a reason why none of your friends have bank accounts to do transfers to you?
Yeah, actually, this other individual may not have time to go to the bank, and I don't want to leave the money with him. So the moment he called me that the money is with him, then Nyakasi was coming, then I authorized him to go there and pick the money and go and deposit it into my
So
account.
let me ask my question again. Do any of your friends have bank accounts?
Actually, no, I don't know.
Are these friends that we're calling Nyakasi Gasama and them, what do they do?
For Nyakasi, he was working in Kerawan.
As what?
He's working with water resources.
Okay.
Yes.
So he's paying $120,000 into your account.
Yeah, it was given to him by one Ibrahim Nyan.
Ibrahim, what?
Nyan.
What was it for?
It was also part of some of these goods I have, because Ibrahim also sells this container bagage, so I do sell him some items too.
Babundur, 5th April 2019, 50,000. 3rd May 2019, 24,000. 16th May 2019, 48,500. What are these monies for?
I think it will also be very good for me to go and look at my records, the year that we are talking of.
To look at your records for what?
For the year that we are talking of, all my transactions. Because
Is it the bank statement that you want?
No, not the bank statement.
Okay, you have a...
My monies, where I do get my monies and paid, because I told you, these are monies belonging to me. Some are given to me by my brother. And in the year 2020, I even received some donations too.
You received some?
Some donations when my house was burnt.
Okay.
I can remember I have a friend who gave me 60,000, one Nigerian. He is in America.
How did he send the money?
No, he was here by then. He was here by then.
Okay. And the monies that your brother sends you, how does he send them?
He sent them through Western Union.
Okay.
Yes.
So we can find out those dates.
Exactly.
Great. So you're saying that you're going to check your records. Is it that you have a ledger or something where you put these details?
Actually, when asking me where am I getting all these monies, that's why I said, let me just go back and give you all the tabulations of the places where I do get my money, because it's from all these businesses that I get the money.
Yes. So all these businesses that you're talking about, do you have a ledger where you input this information?
Ledger.
A book?
No. There's no ledger.
So where do you keep this information?
The information, I just deposit the money into my account. If at all it is owned by my brother, because we do communicate almost every day. Anything that he needs, he can easily authorize me to do A, B, and C. Yes.
So where do you keep this information? Because you say you're going to go and get it. So I'm assuming you have kept it somewhere.
Actually, there is nothing that I kept per se. What I'm talking of is telling you where I'm getting all these monies you are asking me.
But that's what I'm asking. So you're sitting here.
Yes.
Right? These are your transactions. You're saying they're your monies. I would assume that you know where you get these monies from.
Yes.
So if you don't have anywhere where you're putting this information, where are you going to get it from? Unless you're going to go and create it now.
I have some lands that I sold.
Yes. So you're going to bring those documents.
Fine,
okay. Those are two simple transactions.
Exactly.
Which reminds me, did you pay capital gains tax?
No.
Jerry is going to have a field day with you.
No problem.
Sorry, Chair has
Yes. You have told this commission that you did 2 land transactions. And when the council asked you again, you said you did, you sold 3 lands which amounted to 300,000. You recall that you told us you sold one at 100,000 and you divided the other one all in Soma. You divided it into 2 and you sold each portion for 100,000. And you now told council that you had one in Farafenye that you sold for 100,000. I just want to have a clear evidence from you.
I have never said that I have a land in Soma.
Where did you say you have?
I have no land in Soma. I have a land in Farafenye. I was having a land in Kerawan that I divided into 2, and it was sold at 100,000.
So the one for 100,000, the first one for 100,000, where is that land situated?
It is all at the same place.
Where, in Kerawan or
in Kerawan? So the one in Farafenye, that one is about 25 by 25. That also I sold there for 100,000.
So which one did you divide into 2?
That was the one in Kerawan.
That is the one you divided into 2?
Yes.
Yes, Counsel.
Okay, so you have, on the 10th of September 2019, Badundur deposited 8,300 into your account. Who's Habib Kebe?
Habib Kebe. He's a friend.
26 April 2022, he deposited $10,000 into your account.
Yes.
What was that for? So let me just note, from the period 2019, September 2019, you didn't have any significant transactions in your account up until 2022 April, when this 10,000 went in. What happened? What changed?
Actually, the business that was given to me is completely dull. So he is no more selling containers, and what he usually sells now is cars. And those ones, it is very rare for you to have a customer. In fact, I park them at my home.
So when did the car start coming?
I think it was in 2022.
2022.
Yes.
When did you sell the first one?
I think in 2022 one was sold, and 2 are left there now.
Okay, so how much did you sell that car for?
I think it was 120,000.
130,000.
120.
20. Who did you pay? Who bought it from you?
One Sonko. I cannot remember the name, but I have the document with me in my house.
Okay, can you note it down to bring the documents relating to that? You said Habib Kebe is your friend?
Yes.
And you were going to tell me what the 10,000 deposit was for?
Okay, thank you. The 10,000 deposit.
Made on the 26th April 2022.
Yes. It was my money given to him for him to deposit it for me. Habib.
Pardon?
Habib is working.
He's working where?
At Trust Bank.
He works at Trust Bank. Which branch?
Soma.
Okay.
Okay, this particular 10,000, I think I sent it to him.
You sent it to him?
Yes, because by then that place was very much congested.
The what, sorry?
It was congested.
Okay.
So I told him to give it to him, let him deposit it for me into my account.
How did you give it to him? Who went to take it?
I cannot remember who I sent to give it to him.
But you can remember that you sent it to him?
Yes.
Suleiman Damfa, 5th May 2022, $9,000. Famara Trawali, 7,500, 20th of May. What are those two for?
Who Tarawale?
5th of May 2022, deposit by Suleiman Damfa, 9,000. Famara Trawale, 20th May, 7,500.
Famara Tarawale, I cannot remember. I know that was Suleiman.
You know what?
Suleiman.
What was that for?
Yes, it was my money that I gave him to go and deposit it for me. Suleiman is in Bakau here.
So you gave him the money in Bakau to deposit into your account?
Yes.
Okay. Habib Kebe, 26 May 2022, $20,000. What was that for?
Yes, he deposited it into my account.
Where was the money from?
It was from me.
Where was it from for you?
Where was it?
Where did you get this 20,000 from?
Actually, I cannot remember. It can even be in Soma.
It can be what?
Even in Soma.
From where?
From myself.
Yes.
I am entitled.
You don't generate money from yourself, right? You earn a salary. You said you have businesses, right?
Yes.
You sold your tractor, so it couldn't have been that.
Yeah,
and it can't be rent because your rent is 1,500 per month. So where did it come from?
Yeah, actually, even there, I am entitled to certain allowances that I can be paid.
Yes, but is this an allowance that you were paid?
Actually, no. I cannot
Okay.
remember how I just get it to give it to him, but I can tell you it was my money that I gave him.
So you understand that as a public servant, you're sort of expected to only be earning your salary, right? And if you have other sources of income, you need to declare it, right?
Okay.
Do you know this or do you not know this?
Not to my knowledge, as far as
Okay.
area council is concerned.
As far as public service is concerned, or as far as area council is concerned?
As far as area council is concerned, it's not to my knowledge.
Okay. Now, because you're a public servant,
Yes.
and there are funds coming into your account that you cannot explain, it is presumed that these are funds coming from your employer's pocket, right? So every item that I'm going through is so that you can give an explanation and possible proof of where they're from, because obviously the explanation will not be enough.
Okay.
So all these funds, I think you should take note. You will You can get a copy of your bank statements, I'm sure, and you can go through them and provide us with documentation to show where each of these monies are coming from.
Okay.
And most especially for the ones that are from staff of the area councils. Okay. So Nyaka Sigasama deposited $70,000 on the 26th of May 2022 into your account. What was that for?
I think that was also part of the sales.
What sales?
The items that I used to sell.
You said those finished in 2019.
Yes.
And
Right,
so
right now, if I should tell you, I have over 500 chargers that I'm selling.
500 what?
Solar power banks.
Okay.
Over 500 solar power banks.
Did those come from the container?
Yes.
You said that the items from the container had finished.
Yeah, he do send items through people's container, not directly. He's sending container now. He sent container only twice.
You're so careful about the answers that you give. You said he sent containers. So now he just sends what? Bulk items in other people's containers.
Exactly.
Okay. How often does he send and what does he send?
The last one was a car he sent.
We're not talking about the cars. You've already said that he sends cars. So these items like the solar chargers and power banks and all of those.
He sent power bank for the first time. He sent 300.
When?
That was in 2003.
2003?
Yes.
Or 2023?
Sorry, 2023.
What was he sending in 2022?
What was his?
Sending in 2022.
That was the time he sent some cars too.
We've already said we're not talking about the cars because you didn't sell those cars in 2022.
Okay.
So what was he sending in 2022 that you were selling and receiving funds from?
There were items which were still left there.
You said those ended since 2019.
Yes.
So we're talking about 2022. If they finished in 2019, it can't be you're selling them in 2022.
Yeah, actually, I cannot just say they were all finished. It was not 100% complete.
So are you saying that what your previous answer is false?
No, it was not false.
What is it?
It was not false. I can tell you he was sending some items for me through containers. The first 2 containers he sent was directly sent. And when those containers came, we emptied them and sent back the containers.
Yes. So when you emptied them, where did you put the items from the containers?
Some of those items were kept because we have...
Kept where?
We have sort of a store in our compound.
Okay.
And some of them were kept there.
Kept where?
In the store there.
In the store where?
In my home, in Bakau here.
So you kept the items in your home in Bakau?
Yes, some of them were kept there.
Okay.
Yes.
So have those finished or are you still selling those?
Actually right now, they are finished. We are selling chargers.
Those chargers came in 2023?
Yeah, but some came in 2022 too.
Okay, so chargers came in 2022. What else came?
I cannot remember right now unless I think about some of the items which were brought by him.
Provide us with
provide
us with all the documentation for everything that was sent from 2018 May to January 2023.
Yeah, but I told
you don't what?
I told Ma that my house was burnt in 2020.
I'm sure there was communication via WhatsApp, whether it was Viber, whether it was FaceTime, email. There must be some electronic communication. Please find them.
From that year?
From 2018.
I don't think I have that communication.
Your brother would have it.
Okay, I'll
so
communicate
check with him.
I'll communicate to him.
Yes.
I'll communicate to him.
Because if he paid to ship something, he would have documentation to show it.
Yes.
So please note it down.
Okay.
I wouldn't want you to forget.
Yes, Mr. Touray. Mr. Touray?
Yes, ma.
Yes, Mr. Bai, Mr. Mr. Sala,
Yes.
does he deposit money into your account?
Yes.
Thank you. Counsel, you may proceed.
June 2022, Soriba deposited $30,000 into your account. What was that for?
Actually, it was after the burning of my house. I think I received money from people.
Who was Soriba?
Soriba.
You don't know.
I cannot remember Soriba. I cannot remember Soriba.
Now that 20,000 that Sheikh Boyosamba paid into your account on the 30th of June 2022, he paid it the same day that he was paid 50,000.
Yes.
Okay, so your explanation is that you told him to pay you when he gets paid.
That was the agreement.
I see. Now, 12 July 2022, Seedy Sane pays 30,000 into your account. What was that for?
Actually, I gave Seedy the money to deposit it. That was which year?
2022. We're going through 2022.
Yeah, actually, I gave him this money to deposit it for me.
From where? What was the source of the money?
I cannot actually remember right now for me to tell you the source of the revenue, the money that I gave him. But I can remember giving him the money for him to deposit it for me.
And who is Famara Travale? I'm not sure if I'd asked you that before.
Famara Tarawale.
Yeah.
I cannot remember unless I think about him.
He paid $10,000 into your account on the 15th of July 2022.
I cannot remember Famara Tarawale unless I think about him.
Who is Binta Kasama?
Binta was one time working with the area council.
Was one time with the area council?
Yes.
Which area council?
Karawan.
So why is she paying money into your account in 2022, August? Because you were not in Karawan.
Yes, actually for that of Binta, I think he took a loan from me. And
When?
I advised her to pay it into my account.
When did she take a loan from you?
I cannot remember because Binta is no more working with council. 2022 didn't even find Binta working with council.
Okay,
But
so where did she,
I can-
how did you give her the money?
Yeah, I think I can remember I sent it to her through this Western Union. She's in Busumbala.
You sent it via Western Union?
Yes.
Okay. Now you have the 218,100 that was deposited into your account by Sam Ali Ashcroft. Now, you weren't the only person, only staff that was enrolled with his institution, right?
No.
There were some from Mansakonko Area Council.
Yes.
Who were those?
Buakinte.
Okay, and who?
Yeah, I can remember that of Bua registered in there.
Do you remember anybody called Fatu
Yeah,
Sabali?
Fatu Sabali, yes.
What were they studying?
Fatu is studying financial accounting.
Okay. And who sponsored Buakinte's studies?
The council.
The council also sponsored the one for Fatu Sabali.
Yes.
Okay. Does the council sponsor councillors?
Actually, according to the regulation, it's not. I just accept that council can give training to councillors, but when it comes to our budget line, we say training of council staff, and councillors are not council staff. Council
staff is what? Councillors are not council staff?
Yes.
Yes.
So they can be given training based on when it comes to policy and so on.
But there's no policy for training councillors?
Yeah, there is.
Where is it?
They should be trained for them to be, because when they are newly elected,
What are they supposed to be trained on?
They should be trained to know the Local Government Act.
Okay,
As far as they are newly appointed, they should be oriented,
okay.
and that is usually what usually happens.
So those are the trainings that are in respect of their functions as councillors,
Yes.
right? There's no policy for sponsorship for councillors.
No.
So no council is supposed to sponsor their councillors or their chairperson to go on studies.
Yes.
Yes, what? My question was a negative, so I'm not sure what your answer means.
No, they should not be sponsored.
They should not be sponsored.
Yes.
So your chairman was sponsored to go and study at the same place, I believe, that you studied, Subdeco?
Yes.
How did that happen?
For that, he was not sponsored, he was supported.
Please tell me what's the difference.
When you talk about sponsor, maybe we'll say we pay 100% of the entire cost.
Mr. Touray,
Yes.
which definition gives that explanation of what sponsor means?
Yeah, anyway, to the best of my knowledge, that's the way how I term it to be. When you sponsor, especially council staff, usually we sponsor you 100%. But when you know that you are to pay on your own, then council can use the discretion to support you by paying token sum for you.
So on what basis do you support councillors or the chairperson? Where is it contained?
For that of the chairman, he was all along seeking the approval of
No.
the...
Where is it contained? Is it in any of the legislation?
No, actually, no.
Is it any of the policies?
No,
Is it in regulations?
no.
So on what basis did that happen?
Yeah, because when we had the general council meeting, the councillors agreed that he should be supported.
You're the CEO.
Yes.
You're supposed to guide the council on their functions.
Exactly.
So at what point did you tell them that this is not right?
Yeah, at first it was sponsorship that they said. I told them it cannot be possible.
Support. At what point did you tell them that the support part is also not right?
Anyway, I didn't tell them that.
Why?
I just allowed them because chairman was interested to build his capacity.
Is that your problem?
Yeah, because they are elected by the electorates, so automatically.
So did you ask the electorates whether you could give their money to the chairperson?
Yeah, as far as the electorates have a representative, they elected their councillors to be there. Those councillors, whenever they talk about it, I think we can easily say it's the same electorates.
So those councillors, when do they speak to their people to tell them that they're giving their monies away to their chairperson to go and study?
Actually, for that, I cannot just say.
Because you know it doesn't happen.
Yes.
Okay, so why are you telling us that?
I believe they are there to represent those people.
Yes, and you're there to represent them as well.
Yes.
Yes, so if they don't need you, if you're going to be there and you're not representing them, then maybe you don't need to be in that position.
Okay, fine.
So on what basis do you approve for the you're paying $100,000, and in fact this is first installment tuition fees for chairman. $100,000 and sorry, let me just show you this so I can apply to tender it. Is that one of the payment vouchers from Mansakonko Area Council?
Yes.
And who signed as, is it authorizing officer?
It's by GB.
Pardon?
By GB.
No. The one on the right.
The CEO.
And who was the CEO?
I am the CEO.
So that's your signature?
Yes.
So you approved that payment?
Yes.
Okay. Chairperson, I applied to tender the payment voucher. Can I have the date on that, please? Sorry. Okay, payment voucher dated 14th January 2022, signed by the witness and its supporting documents as an exhibit.
A Mansakonko Area Council payment voucher dated the 14th of January 2022, signed by Paji Bisala, Head of Accounts, with its supporting documents, are hereby admitted in evidence and marked as LGC/SKT/MKAC/002.
As the Commission, please. I'm grateful. So the attached documents show, well, there's a meeting minutes of Mansakonko Area Council held on Tuesday, 5th October 2021. And so there are several action points, and then the one about the chairman wanting to study. They've said that the General Council approved the chairman's request for sponsorship. So that's the full amount?
No.
Your payment voucher says it's first installment.
Yes.
So when was the second installment paid?
I cannot remember when was it paid.
So you're paying for his...
No, I think we paid only twice.
You paid only twice?
Yes.
How much was the second installment?
I cannot actually remember.
Can you note it down to get us the documents?
It's noted.
Okay, so it says that you approve the chairman's request for sponsorship to pursue masters in diplomacy. This decision is made after the chairperson of the Education Committee report of their meeting on chairman's request, and the committee referred the issue to the General Council for action. Who's the chairman of the Education Committee?
In 2022, I cannot remember because the guy is no more there as a councillor.
Pardon?
I cannot remember because the guy is no more there as a councillor.
In 2021?
Yes.
Okay. Can you find out for us, please, who the members were?
All the members.
Yes, please.
Okay.
You're part of it, right?
Yes.
Okay, so find out who the other members were.
Mr. Touray?
Yes, ma'am.
Was this amount that was paid for and on behalf of the chairman, was it provided for in the budget?
Yes, we have training there.
You paid in 2022?
Yes.
And in the 2022 budget, you provided for this payment?
It is there.
It is reflected in the budget?
Yes.
Please show us. Register, show him. I am giving you the 2022 budget, and please, on the goods and services, please show me where it is provided for.
Anyway, it is not directly here.
It's not in the budget.
We have support to needy students.
You said?
We have support to needy students.
Yes.
And we have...
No, my question is it provided for under this 2022 budget, which was approved and which you were guided with in terms of disbursement of funds? Was it provided for there?
Yeah, it was not provided, but
it was not provided for?
No.
Thank you. Can I have the document? Yes.
Good afternoon, Mr. Touray.
Afternoon,
Just some
sir.
few questions. I've noticed that you have a current account and a savings account.
Yes, sir.
Where you ask people to deposit funds into your account, either the current or savings. You ask people to deposit monies into your account, whether it's a current or a savings account.
No, if at all, no. It was, deposits can only be done on the savings. The current is for my salary.
No. I beg to differ, because on January 12, 2022, 38,000 was deposited cash by Babundur at your GT Bank account.
Yes.
That's what I said. I said you have a current account and a savings account. You said no.
Yes, with GT Bank, yes. But deposit can be done on the savings account.
No, just hold on. I'm building up a scenario. So GT Bank is your current account where you ask people to deposit cash.
It's my current account for salaries. And I have savings account too.
Okay, but what the analysis I have in front of me is that cash has been deposited into your GT Bank account.
Okay.
By individuals like Babundur, Abdullah Conte. Now, in your trust bank account, you have various names depositing funds into your savings account. I want to know, how would you differentiate? This should be paid into savings, this should be paid into current account.
That depends on me. Anywhere that I want the money to be, it depends on me.
It depends on you?
Yes.
Okay.
When I give it to anybody, I can tell you, deposit it into this particular account for me.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Now, what is more interesting to me is I have seen on, is it Saturday or Sunday, August 28, the 218,000 cash was deposited by Sam Ali Ashcroft to your savings account. 218,000 cash. What was the transaction all about?
It was a refund.
It was a refund from?
From Tax Crown.
Tax Crown on behalf of?
Me.
You paid physically that cash?
Yes.
It was not sponsored?
That one was paid by me.
Sorry. Your training was not sponsored. That's what I'm asking.
At the latter part, it was sponsored. Then they have to refund me back that money.
That's a bit confusing, although it can happen. But I don't see any reason why somebody would pay cash. Why not check? Why cash? That is what is confusing, cash.
Actually, I only authorized him to pay it into my account.
And he decided to pay cash?
Yes.
Now, how did you pay your tuition? When you were not sponsored, how did you pay your tuition?
I was paying it by installment.
Through? What mode of payment? Is it cash?
Yes, it was cash.
And how did your institution came up to support you? How did they pay?
Yeah, because I was given an admission letter.
No,
and I
mean
also
the mode of payment. How you got to what? I'm asking about the mode of payment.
They paid it for me.
How?
By raising a check and pay it into...
Check.
Yes.
They paid by check?
Yes.
You paid by cash?
Yes.
And when they paid by check, you asked for a refund?
Yes.
Now, do you have a copy of that letter asking for your refund?
No, actually, I didn't have that letter.
You didn't have that?
No.
Now, how did he know that it was a refund until he paid 218,000 into your savings account?
Because Kerawan Area Council have already paid the same amount.
Sorry?
Kerawan Area Council paid the entire amount of the tuition fee. So that was the reason why they refunded me back.
Are there any vouchers to support your assertion that the area council paid, 218 to him, and he decided to refund you without you asking for a refund.
Actually, he needs to refund me back because he knew that.
No, I agree. But how did you ask for the refund? Did you call him and say, I want my refund?
Actually,
or did you write to him, or did you send him a text, or did you?
When the check was paid to him, automatically he informed me that I should be refunded. I told him yes. He said, we are going to refund you back your money. That was all.
No, but why cash?
I think that I cannot answer that. What matters here is for me to get my money into my account. Whether it was cash or check, the moment I have it into my account, I think I'm safe there.
Okay, it's doubtful though.
Okay.
Thank you.
Just ask. You deposited yourself cash on the 28th of May 2022, the sum of 25,425. On June 2nd, 2022, you deposited, you yourself, this time around you are not sending anybody, you deposited 55,000. That is June 2nd, on Thursday. And on Thursday 16th, you deposited again 5,000. On Tuesday 12th July, you deposited 30,000. Wednesday 5th, you deposited 70,000. And it goes on. So is it the same explanation as what you gave earlier?
Ma, I can tell you, I swear, they are all my money.
They are all your money?
Yes.
So do you have proofs as to where these monies were coming from?
Actually, I think I'll be able to provide some proofs.
Proofs?
Yes.
Thank you. Counsel, you may proceed.
Thank you. Registrar, please show these statements to the witness. Can you confirm if those are your bank statements by the account numbers?
Yeah, this is one I'm using, 414690101.
Is that the savings or the current?
Actually, I don't know, but this is one that I'm very much used
Does
to.
it not say what type of account it is on top?
Yeah, this is savings,
Okay.
and this one is current.
And they're both your accounts?
Yes,
Okay. They were Trust Bank, Gambia Limited?
yes.
Okay. Chairperson, I apply to tender the bank statements of the witness, Seedy Touray, for Trust Bank, Gambia Limited, one current, one savings.
The savings account of Seedy Touray with dated the 10th of November 2023, covering the periods 1st May 2018 through to 31st of January 2023, is hereby admitted in evidence and marked as LGC/SKT/MKAC/003.
Mr. Commission, please.
The statement of account of Seedy Touray, dated the 10th of November 2023, which is a current account covering the periods 1st of May 2018 through to 31st of January 2023, is hereby admitted in evidence and marked as LGC/SKT/MKAC/004.
As a commission, please, I'm grateful. Mr. Touray.
Yes.
Can I just be sure? Did you inform the commissioner that you didn't have any deposits in your current account?
That?
Did you inform Commissioner Joyner that you didn't have anybody depositing funds into your current account?
Yeah, actually, I have the savings account where my money should be safe in, and to my knowledge, my current account is there for my salary.
It's there for your salary?
Yes.
But you had council staff depositing monies into that account?
Yeah, actually, that is to the bank because I always give them 414-69101.
You said that is what?
It's the discretion of the bank to pay it there.
It's the discretion of the council staff?
The bank.
The bank decides whether to... Mr.
I give them only one account number.
Now you give the staff, the council staff, they have to fill in a deposit slip. You give them the account number that you're going to that they need to deposit to.
Yes.
And you're saying that when they go to the bank with their deposit slip,
Yes.
it is the bank staff that choose to put the monies into whichever account they feel like it, even though there's an account number specified on the deposit slip.
Yeah. By then I was depositing my salary with Trust Bank. I was having both recurrent and savings account with them. But when I closed, I went to GT Bank. I was having the current account as 414-69101.
That does not answer my question. So my question is, you give council staff, revenue collectors,
Yes.
your money to deposit for you into your account.
Yes.
They go to the bank and they fill in a deposit slip.
Yes.
That deposit slip states the account number,
Yes.
which the money is supposed to go in.
Yes.
Now you have said that the bank decides. So the teller who that staff goes to will decide which account to put it into, even though the person depositing has specified which account number the money should go in.
Yes.
Okay, now when this happened, what did you do?
I know only one number because I'm giving a text alert. I'm giving a text alert. What matters here, any money that is paid into my account, I have to get the text alert.
No, that's not what matters in this circumstance.
Yeah, I'm
You required monies to be paid into a specific account, right?
Yes.
So if you wanted it to go into your current account, you would have given the current account number.
Yes.
So we're assuming that this is because you have different uses for each account, right?
Okay.
Is that right? Or you don't have to agree with me.
Actually, I can only remember one account number that I used to give to anybody that is going to pay into my account.
Yes, but you have said that the bank staff choose which account to put the money in, even though you sent somebody and gave them the account number and they put it in the wrong account.
Yeah, because if they should know that the account number I gave them is the recurrent account, and this other one is going to be savings, they can easily use that discretion to put it in the savings account.
So when they've used that discretion, what have you done?
No, I have the text alert with me. What matters here, when I have the text alert, I know that this money has been paid into my account.
So you're saying that it doesn't matter which account your money goes in?
Yeah,
So
exactly.
then why don't you just give the person your name?
Yeah. Actually, my
Since
name,
the bank is going to decide which account is going in anyway,
I always give them one account number that I can remember.
but yet they managed to pay into two accounts.
Yeah, exactly.
So your GT Bank account, how did they get that number?
Which number?
How many GT Bank accounts do you have?
I have one account there, but
Okay, so how did the council staff get the account number if you only gave them one account?
yes, I gave them 6064844-110. That's the only account number I know.
So you also gave them your GT Bank account number?
That's the account
So it's not
number.
just your Trust Bank account number?
That's the account number I'm telling you.
Now you said that you don't have an Access Bank account,
No.
But Access Bank were managed to provide a bank account for Seedy Touray, and the same names that deposit into your other accounts are appearing on that account.
This was which year?
You have Mansakonko paying monies, Mansakonko paying monies into that account in 2019.
Yes.
Yes, what?
Yes, I was having the account by then.
Okay, so when did you stop having that account?
Actually, I think it's around 2019 I stopped it. I cannot
Did you
fully
close the
remember.
account?
No, I didn't close it.
So you have an account?
Yes.
So when we asked you and you said that you didn't have an account, that was not true?
Yeah, actually, yes, I agree. But as far
You
as
agree that it's not true?
Yes.
Okay.
Because it is not closed. I agree.
So which other accounts do you have that you somehow don't seem to remember until we point them out?
I cannot remember because this Access Bank, it was there, but I stopped it years ago. I cannot even remember.
So why was it that when I asked you if you had an account there, you did not say that you did?
I was not even thinking about that account anymore.
Sure.
Now, in that same Access Bank account, there has been series of deposits by tax collectors from 2018. Is that correct?
Yes, it can be correct.
So you also used to give them money to deposit in the Access Bank account?
Yes, by then.
Huh?
Yes.
So these are also monies. Where did you get these monies from?
Yeah, they are all my money. I told you there are some business transactions that I used to go in for, and I do get money from them.
So please provide us with evidence of those transactions.
No problem.
So that we can relate these monies to those particular transactions and confirm that these tax collectors, all of these people that have deposited monies into your account, it's not revenue that they collected and you told them to deposit in your account.
Absolutely, yes.
All right. Yes.
Registrar, please show this to the witness. Just staple it as well, please. Thanks. Can you confirm that that is your Access Bank account statement?
Yes. This account, I cannot even remember this account now.
And
Yes.
is that a current account or a savings account?
Actually, I cannot even remember.
Okay, Chairperson, apply to tender the bank statement of Seedy Touray with Access Bank Limited.
The current account of Mr. Seedy Touray, dated covering the period 1st May 2018 to 31st of January 2023, which is a current account, is hereby admitted in evidence and marked as LGC/SKT/MKAC/005.
The Commission, please. I'm grateful. Now, Mr. Touray, I just want to take you back to that letter, the petition that we were talking about, that we had started, just so we can conclude that before we conclude for the day. Now, one of the points that were brought up by the chair, actually two points. So one was a further refusal to hand over. And they had said that a week after his annual leave expired and his claim mentioned above, the chairman of the Mansakonko Area Council wrote a separate request to CEO Touray to immediately effect handing over, hence his claims of an indefinite absence from work, if not provided with an official vehicle. CEO Touray deliberately refused to receive the letter from Ibrahim Seedy, Mansakonko Area Council procurement officer, who was sent to drop the letter to him in Kombo. He asked Ibrahim not to reach to his house to drop the letter. As a matter of concern and urgency, the chairman had to send a copy of the letter to him, CEO, through WhatsApp and a scanned copy through email. This is the highest peak of administrative indiscipline to frustrate efforts of authority and peers. Did this happen?
Actually, I cannot remember because I think I met with Ibrahim.
You met with Ibrahima?
Yes.
Okay.
Ibrahim doesn't even know my home. I think I met with him at MDI.
Was this before? Was this after you initially refused to meet him?
Actually, that I cannot remember.
You can't remember refusing to meet him?
No.
Okay, let me show you some documents. Registrar. Let me staple as well. Thank you. Can you tell us what that document contains? That's an email correspondence between yourself and the chairperson, right?
Yes.
Okay, and that is your email.
Yes.
You agree that you did not meet, what's his name? Ibrahima?
Ibrahim.
Did you meet him? When he came to drop the letter, did you meet him?
Yeah,
According to that email, did you meet him?
Yeah, actually, according to this email, no, I didn't meet him.
You didn't meet
but
him?
I think I met with him at MDI, not to my home.
Okay. Chairperson, I'd like to tender the email correspondence between the chairman and the witness that he's just identified.
An email correspondence dated the 17th of August. Sorry?
Should be 2021.
Let me take that again. An email correspondence between Seedy Touray and Landing B. Sane with the caption, urgent request for handing over. It is dated Tuesday, August 17th, 2021. Is hereby admitted in evidence and marked as LGC/SKT/MKAC/006.
As a commission, please, I'm grateful. So the last point that was contained in the letter, they said respect to authority and low work performance. CEO Touray cannot, over the period, prove himself to be a good team worker, and his work output is clearly out there for anyone to assess and verify. Mansakonko Area Council is witnessing its worst and lowest performance rate since the current council came in, even though our revenue sources have been expanded and increased right at the time he came to the council. Administratively and technically, work culture of the council is currently not progressive. Mainly, the chief executive officer is highly indisciplined and not cooperating for collective results. The General Council and its relevant subcommittees are very important structures that contribute separately and jointly towards the achievement of the vision of the Council, and that the CEO acts on the authority, direction, and control of the Council will only promote and facilitate good results for the Council. It is apparent that the Council is bigger than any individual and therefore cannot be taken for granted or put to ransom by its top employee. The above issues are very serious under the eye of our council and would like to treat it so. Mansakonko Area Council has been one of, if not the best performing council before the arrival of CEO Touray. Indeed, that hard-earned achievement cannot be compromised by any individual. Relative to the aforementioned, we do not intend to operate a conflict-prone council because of indiscipline and arrogance. Hence, at the General Council meeting of 16th August 2021, my council has resolved for immediate replacement of CEO Touray through the facilitation of your esteemed office. This action is non-provocative, neither is it any witch hunt, but intended for the best interest of the council and our esteemed taxpayers. In light of the prevailing circumstances and the serious administrative setbacks and delays over the past months, your most convenient, swift action is requested. So they resolved to remove you as CEO.
Yes.
It was that bad.
Pardon?
It was that bad.
It was?
It was that bad. Your actions or behavior were so bad that they wanted you removed.
That's what he said.
Okay.
Yes.
Is that what the council said or just the chairman?
Actually, that's what the chairman said.
So you're saying the council did not say that?
The chairman who wrote?
Yes, but the chairman said that the council passed a resolution that you should be removed.
Yeah,
so is it that the council said, by that resolution, said that they don't want you there, or is it the chairman?
As the chairman who wrote, I agree that that's what they said.
So that's what the council said?
Yes.
So your performance was so bad that the council wanted you removed?
That's what they said, yes.
And this is, what, you started in February, and in August they wanted you gone?
Yes.
Okay, so what do you have to say about that?
Anyway, I think that's, I was there new. Maybe the system that I found there and the system that I came with doesn't favor them. Maybe that must have been the reason. But apart from that, when I came, he mentioned in his letter that revenues were, there was an improvement in revenue collection.
He said that the revenue sources increased.
Yes.
Right when you came there. Not that you caused it to increase.
I caused it to increase.
You caused it to increase?
Yes.
How did you do that?
Because I realized that there were some revenue items which they were not collecting.
Okay, like what?
Like property rate and taxes.
They were not collecting property rates and taxes?
Yeah, properties which you know, they are establishing businesses. Like for instance, a petrol station. You have the property as the land, and you have your petrol station as the business. These are two different taxes that should be paid. One should
Who
be the
pays rates?
The rate should be paid by the owner of the land.
Okay.
And the license should be paid by the owner of the business.
And how much is the rate on such a land?
It depends, because we have our valuation rule, and some properties are valued.
You have your rate tariff, right?
Yes.
Okay, now what was the tariff for land? They had tariff for corrugated, not corrugated, empty land. They didn't have any for petrol stations.
Actually, all properties should pay should pay rates to council.
Yes. How much was the rate?
It depends.
Because the rates are fixed. So how much was the rate?
It depends on the value. There are properties.
And who conducted the valuation?
The valuation was done, I don't know, in 2005 by Gamworks. It was a consultancy by Gamworks, and we have the register with us. Not all properties were valid.
Not what?
All properties were valid, but the properties which were valid, These are the ones we are charging based on the valuation rule.
So you're saying that there was a valuation rule prepared by GAMWorks in 2005 for Mansakonko?
Yes.
Can you provide that to us,
Not
please?
only Mansakonko, all councils.
Okay, can you provide it to us, please?
Yes.
Thank you. Note it down. Chairperson, I believe this is a convenient point to stop.
Now, you have, let me start with this. The amounts you have withdrawn from Council in 2018, it totaled to 577,021.30. And these are not in accordance with the set-down procedures in terms of accompanying the vouchers, the documentation. Proper process or due process was not followed. In 2019, you withdrew 8,486,489.66 without due process. In 2020, you withdrew 9,020,190.83 without due process. In 2021, you withdrew 13,656,921.72. In 2022, you withdrew 11,221,539.84. These are amounts put together from your statements. What do you have to tell us?
Which statement?
Council's bank account statements.
In 2021, I was not in Mansakonko. I was not 2020.
You went to Mansakonko in February 2021.
Yes.
Yes. And all these amounts are against your name, which you signed.
Under which bank? Yes, I signed. I'm a signatory to all
We
checks.
can give you to verify.
I'm a signatory to all checks.
Yes.
Yes.
So this is what we can get from your accounts at Mansakonko Area Council.
Okay.
From your different accounts.
Okay.
All right?
Yes.
All right. You agree with us?
Yes.
Thank you. Now, we will come to your 2021 budget. Your 2022 budget, you have projected that your revenue will be 24,600,000. That is your revenue. And you said your expenditure would be 24,553,000. And under your revenue, you said 19 million you are going to get from tax, right?
Yes.
And 2.6 million, 2,600,000 you are going to get from non-tax.
Okay.
And 3 million you are going to get from budget support. So my question is, I want you to clarify for me from this budget, what is the non-tax that you have captured as revenue, one, and the grants and the budget, you explain that to us for us to understand. You can have the budget. Registrar, can you please give him this? Please refer us to the non-tax, what you refer to. Explain to us what you mean by non-tax.
Excuse me, at the back. You're disrupting proceedings.
Non-tax here.
Sorry? I did not get what you are saying.
I think
There is no non-tax?
it is there.
Huh?
It is there.
Yes, so explain to us what it contains.
Yeah, it contains the conference center. Any revenue that is collected at the conference center, it is under this particular code.
Can you please show me? Let me show you.
The conference center here is non-tax. Under other income.
Yeah, non-tax. When you say non-tax, what do you mean? We want you to explain that for us.
Actually, I think this.
No, you don't tell me you think, because you are the CEO and these are budget elements in the budget. So you get to make us understand.
Yes.
So that when we review these budgets, we are clear as to what it means.
Yes.
For us, we don't understand this non-tax, and you have showed me non-tax, and underneath you said it's an other income, and you've listed as budget head, which is 96, and you have 01, which is conference center / guest house. Then you have 02, which is sales of asset, and you have 03, hire of other facilities. So that is what I want you to explain to us, because you captured it here as as that one constituting 2.6 million. All right?
Yes. Can I please have a look at it so that I can explain?
You can explain. But what is interesting here is that you have captured it as being 2.6. Okay. But here, where you have referred me, if you add the subtotal, is 1.4. So please clarify.
Okay. Okay, the budget here.
No, clarify first.
Yes.
Why the variance? Because you have captured it there in the summary.
Yes.
That it is 2.6 million.
Yes.
And when you go to 96, subhead 96, you understand? You've tabulated it there. Yes. So now that tabulation will give you, if you add it, will give you 1.4 instead of 2.6. So where is the balance? If you deduct 1.4 from 2.6, what is the balance?
We have 2.2.
1.2 is the outstanding balance. So where is the 1.2 gone to?
No, actually, a budget is just a guiding tool. It's a guiding document.
Yes.
Okay, I can budget for 10,000 for this year.
Yes.
But I will not be able to get 10,000.
Now, before you proceed, tell me what the financial manual says about budgets. How you should prepare a budget. Tell me.
Unless
what does the financial manual say?
Unless I look at it.
Okay. Please give him the financial manual and let him refer us to the provision that talks about budget and how it should be prepared, what it should contain.
The classification of receipts under the budget.
Receipts?
Yes.
Classification
that's income.
Yes.
Receipt is income.
No, I'm not referring to. I am asking you
the former.
to refer me to the provisions in the manual which is guiding you as to what, when you prepare the budget, what should be the projections in that budget? Is provided for in the manual.
Yeah, actually, we didn't have it here that can exactly tell us based on what we have prepared here.
You did not read it, or it's not there?
Yeah, it is here that 40% of the total revenue should be for recurrent, and the 60% should be for development.
No, that is not what. Maybe I'm not being very clear.
Okay.
Did your financial manual not say that the budget, when you prepare the budget, it should be, when you construct the budget, it used the term construct. It says when you construct the budget, it should be realistic.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
The focus should be realistic.
Yes.
So, and it also provided for you in the financial manual that grants and all these other conditional grants and grants, it has provided a guide as to the fact that you should not put it in your revenue, because these grants, they come with conditions. Is that not contained in the financial manual?
Yeah, but you know, we have different grants.
Yes.
And
no,
this,
let us not talk about grant. I just added that. What I am interested to know from you is that does the financial manual not tell you, you understand, how to realistically project your budget?
yes.
What did it say?
That the budget should be realistic,
Yes.
and the total revenue, 40% of the total revenue should be recurrent, and 60% of it should be for development.
Yes.
Yes.
And did the manual did not further say that whatever expenditures you are going to do, it should be based on realistic collectible revenue,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
So now I want you to explain for me that non-tax. And you classify for me the center, whether it is not a project under the council, which has used council's money to be built, which is
Yes.
not supposed to generate income.
Yes.
That you can ascertain the revenue that comes from it. Why did you put it as non-tax?
Yeah, it's part of the revenue.
Now my question is, why did you put it as non-tax?
No, they put their non-tax. PFM gave us a format, and in
No,
that.
I am asking you. It's not what somebody gave you.
No, but
is it correct for those things you listed, 1 to 3, 01 and 02, 03?
yes,
Is it correct for you to have listed them where you listed
it's
them?
correct under other income.
Why?
It's correct under other income
Yeah.
because we have it in the manual that other income is part of the revenue
Hold it.
earning.
Wait. That the revenue you collect from the center,
Yes.
don't you enter that in the cash book?
Yes, it's
That
revenue.
is reflected in your ledger.
Yes.
So how can it be other income?
Yeah, because we are
Not the normal stream income that
no, it
you
is
are collecting.
it is part of revenue. Revenues are different categories.
Yes.
It is part of revenue. We have different categories of revenue. We have license, we have rent and fees, we have taxes.
I understand that.
Yes, so it's part of revenue.
My problem is,
Yes.
why did you classify the center, other assets to be sold, etc., as non-taxable, as non-tax?
Yeah, I think this are collection that is done, not actually on change.
Huh?
Okay, it is categorized as under other income because these are collections which they are done, and there is nothing like saying like it's sort of a business that somebody is operating, and council should come and collect anything from that individual. These are revenues that are directly paid to us, so that's why we term it to be under other income.
I don't understand.
No, it's only that's the only place where we can categorize it. It's part of the revenue. This is our budget formatting. It's our budget formatting.
It's your budget format?
Yes.
When you say non-tax, is it that you don't pay taxes on them?
Where it is?
Where you say non-tax,
Yes.
you don't pay taxes on income generated from your center.
No.
Why?
Actually, I don't know.
Did you have an exemption from the GRA on these items?
When
you sell something, you don't pay tax. When you generate income from something, you don't pay tax.
Not to my knowledge for that of the area council.
But why did you classify it as non-tax?
Yeah, actually here.
I know it's an income because you are selling something.
Yeah, I said
income comes in.
This
it says they are non-tax.
This non-tax here should not be there. We categorize it as under other income.
That is what I wanted to know.
Yeah.
I am asking you so that I will be clear, because I don't understand why.
Yeah, it should be under other
If you
income.
tell me other income, I can ask you questions on other income.
Yeah, it should be under
And then
other
you can
income.
does this budget have explanatory notes?
Yes, it's having it. I think this is the explanatory note here.
Does it have explanatory notes as of what is expected when you draft a budget?
Yes.
Where is it?
I think that's it here.
Underneath?
Yes.
That is not the explanatory notes.
Anyway, this is what we use to ascertain.
That is what you have.
Yes.
But is that what is provided for in the manual as being the explanatory notes for the budget? What you have there?
Actually, this is also categorized as explanatory, because when you have a budget line of 10,000, you just classify how did you come to get that 10,000.
No.
I think that's the explanatory note.
No.
Anyway, that's what we have here. That's what we have
You
here.
have a summary at the beginning of the budget, right?
Yes.
And then you have the subheads where you were itemizing the issues.
Yes.
That is different from the explanatory notes, which is telling you for each category subhead what it is for.
Okay, no, we don't have that.
That is what I'm asking.
We don't have that. We don't have those explanatory notes. We don't have those ones.
Okay, let me have the budget. We've not received the 2021 budget.
Okay.
Can you please note and get us the 2021? We've got 2018, 2019, 2020, 2022.
2021 budget.
2021 budget.
Mr. Touray, just a quick one. I'm still confused about this non-tax.
It's other income, sir.
It's under other income.
Yeah, let's
Now, do the council pay tax?
what I'm saying, it can be an error.
No, please, not what you are saying. I am asking the question. Does the council pay tax?
Yes.
Now, were you given an exemption from GRA for any sale of assets or services that you do that you should not pay tax for?
Actually, no.
Thank you.
2022 budget, that was approved and that you were using. You said your balance budget is 67 million.
Balance budget.
Yes.
67 million.
Well, can you show me?
67 million.
Okay. Now, looking at the overview and summary, give me the total sum of the budget.
Total sum of the budget. Is
for
it
2022.
Is it for the revenue?
No, everything. Revenue and expenditure. Everything, total. Forget about the 67 million I talked about. Give me the total of the total budget for 2022.
Yeah, for the sum.
As is contained in that document.
Actually, I only see the revenue side, the total sum for the revenue side.
The expenditure is there.
The expenditure, it is not total. They didn't total it.
There is the total for the revenue and the total for the expenditure.
The items are here. Items are here as PE, goods and services.
I said total is there for expenditure for revenue and expenditure. Add it and give me the total sum.
And Commissioner Joyner, just for your question that you had asked whether they're exempt, under the income and value added tax, local authorities and district authorities or government institutions are exempt from income tax.
Thank you, Lead Counsel.
Welcome.
The total revenue is 24,533,000, and the total expenditure is 24,533,000 I have seen.
So what is the total budget?
Total budget?
Total budget, yes.
No, you can have the total revenue and the total expenditure.
Yes. If you add it together, how much? They should balance.
No, they should not balance.
They should not balance.
Yes.
Okay.
Mr. Silla, I disagree. Mr. Touray, I disagree. Your revenue must balance with your expenditure. If there is a gap in the revenue side, that's where you can look, you can explain further that you are going to have a budget support to bridge the gap between the expenditure and the revenue that you have generated internally. That's why you have budget support.
Thank you, sir.
They should balance. Your revenue should balance with your expenditure, so that you know that I am spending 10, I'm receiving 6, but I have a budget support of 4, making it 10. So 10 versus 10, so you're balanced.
It's noted.
A budget has to be balanced.
Thank you.
Even government will tell you, we will balance the budget because we are having this from our partners and everything. Budget has to be balanced.
Thank you, sir. Ma,
Yes.
a budget must have either a deficit or a surplus. With all the budgets that I have seen, if at all it is a deficit, maybe you can think of going in for an overdraft or so. But usually council's budget, we usually have a surplus.
They usually have surplus.
We always expect that what we are going to collect, we should not spend exactly that amount, or we should not
But
even spend.
Is your that statement true in this? Because this one is a deficit.
Yeah, actually for this particular budget.
Is it correct that this one is deficit?
No, this is not correct.
Huh?
This is not correct.
That budget is not correct.
No.
So you write any figures?
Unless I go back and look at this sheet,
Okay.
then I'll be able to tell you.
So you agree that you put in any figures?
For this summary sheet,
Yes.
it's not correct. The overview,
Yeah.
I can attest to the overview that is not correct.
So in the overview, did it balance?
Actually,
Just as Honorable Joyner has said?
no, actually, I think I'm seeing here balance budget of 67,000. That's why I said this particular overview summary sheet is not correct. But I have the soft copy with me.
Okay.
When I go back, I can look at it thoroughly
Okay, we can.
and report back to you.
Okay.
But a budget must have either a deficit, based on experience, either a deficit or a surplus.
No, you have been told categorically that a budget cannot have a deficit. It has to balance.
Yes.
Wherein you work, there is surplus, you indicate why there is the surplus. If there is a deficit, you indicate where you are going to get the deficit from to make it balance.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Thank you. So we'll see you tomorrow. You may rise.